follow me in their cars. I led our little convoy out of the fancy suburb through town and toward the rural area where land was located. In my rearview mirror, I could see Eden's face, getting more confused the further we got from civilization. When we finally turned onto the gravel road leading to my property, I felt a strange mix of emotion: sadness for what could have been anger at how it'd been deceived, but mostly anticipation for what was about to happen as we crested the small hill. And the Spite house came into full view. I heard car tires skid on gravel behind me as Eden slammed on her brakes and pulled up. The house my creation and parked got out casually and waited as Eden, Naomi, and Jacob slowly approached, their faces pictures of absolute shock. It wasn't at all what they were expecting. It wasn't what anyone would expect. And their reactions were about to make weeks of exhausting work completely worth it. But I will have to tell you exactly what they saw and what happened next in part 3. This post is already way too long and my phone's about to die. I promise to update soon, probably tomorrow, if work doesn't. Crazy at it, fixing some typos, still getting used to typing long posts on mobile. Edit 2, holy crap, front page. Thanks for all the awards and comments. Part 3, coming soon. Update 2, sorry for the delay on this update, folks. Been dealing with some plumbing issues at my place. Nothing like a backed up toilet at 2 a.m. To really make your weekend right, plus my buddy's deck project turned into a whole weekend thing. Anyway, thanks for all the comments and messages. The support's been wild. So where are we right? I just dropped the beep on Eden and Naomi that I knew about their little scheme. The look on their faces was something I will never forget, like they'd both simultaneously been into something sour while getting caught with something sour, while getting caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Eden recovered first, switching tactics faster than my old truck changed gears, which is to say not smoothly at all. She went from deer and headlights to waterworks in about 2 seconds flat, started sighing about how I was misunderstanding everything, how she loved me, how she'd never do anything to hurt me. Meanwhile, Naomi's face had turned this interesting shade of red, not embarrassed, red more like stuff red, like how dare I kiss them in their own scheme. She started talking over Eden, saying I was being paranoid, that I was clearly unstable. Look at this ridiculous house they'd built. She actually used the phrase y'all be hearing from our lawyer, which made me laugh out loud. I reminded her that in our state wed only been married for a few weeks, and it documented all of their scheme. Plus, I pointed out the land in this ridiculous house were purchased and mostly built before I even met Eden. Money in my name only, it wasn't marital property. That shut them up pretty quick. Legal threats only work when you have legal ground to stand on. Eden tried a different approach, wiping away those fake tears and putting on her sweetest voice, the one she used to use when she wanted something expensive. She said we could work this out, that maybe Shed reacted badly to the house, but we could sell it and find something we both liked, that I was overreacting to a few harmless conversations with her mother. I just looked at her for a long moment. It was weird. A month ago, that voice in those eyes would have had me agreeing to anything. Now I just felt nothing, maybe a little sad at how easily she could switch her emotions on and off, like that I told her simply that I wanted a divorce, that I had already spoken to a lawyer who was drawing up the papers that she could keep the ring and whatever Shed brought into the marriage, but everything else stayed with its rightful owner. Eden's face did this thing where it started to crumble and hardened when she realized the tears weren't working. That's when she got mean, started saying things about how I was never good enough for her anyway, how Jacob made 3 times what I did and wouldn't live in a clown house. Her words, how Shed been faking it in bed the whole time because I couldn't satisfy her. You know those moments in movies where the insults are supposed to cut deep and leave the hero devastated. This deep and leave the hero devastated. This wasn't one of those. Honestly, I just felt relieved. Every nasty word out of her mouth